and welcome to the Psychic Side here on the A1R Psychic Radio Network, Moonstruck TV, a whole bunch of other places, Enlightening TV, and we are still the #1 psychic radio network on Earth. So thank you for joining me today. I'm John Cappello, your host here on the Psychic Side, and we try to dispel the myths that psychic ability doesn't exist, because we believe it does. We believe we demonstrate it each time we're on a program, and if you are a regular on the Psychic Radio Network, you see all the many fine psychics and mediums that demonstrate their abilities here every time they are on air. So today we have a lot to talk about. I just want to let you know, this past weekend I was over at Miracles of Joy, our sponsor, and had a nice weekend there. We did a spirit gallery and did our preview class of our Psychic Journeys course, which we're going to be offering in February. And so we're starting to promote it now to let you know that it's available online. It's a six class course, if you want to call it that. And we'll be offering some discounts and everything. So be sure to look for those things. Sign up for my newsletter at johncappello.com, because I'm going to have an exclusive coupon there pretty soon. So be sure to sign up for it, and this way you can kind of tap into your own psychic abilities, and you'll be using my book, Soul Exercises for the Open Mind. When you sign up for the class, make sure you go to Amazon and buy that book so that you have you're ready for the class. And you might want to read a little bit before the class starts so that you're prepared for what we're going to be able to do. Now, I'm going to take that class, that preview class, to Oklahoma City and to Abilene next month. But I want to just take a moment to tell you that I'm going to do something a little bit special in January here on the program. I'm going to make that entire month of predictions. And I've called a couple of psychic friends of mine, and we're going to devote different shows to their predictions for 2024, which is going to be really a momentous year, I think, a big year for all of us. And it's going to be something that can be interesting to take note of what everyone says. Now, for me, I'm going to be doing a live YouTube for my own psychic predictions. That'll be the second Wednesday of January. And if you're a member of my meetup group, Beyond Metaphysics, you'll get the live version. And then we're going to put that on YouTube on my own personal YouTube channel. But you'll be hearing a lot of different things from me anyway here on the Psychic Radio Network. But I'm just going to have some other psychics come and do some of their predictions and find out what's on their mind for the next year. Of course, just email me, and if you want me to do a reading for you for next year, your astrological forecast, that would be a good thing to do if you want. So be sure to do that. Now, this year is coming to a close, but we're a week or so before, not quite a week before Christmas. And if you haven't bought something for a loved one, you can go to my website and you can get a gift certificate for a reading. Now, that gift certificate is good for at least a year or so. And so you can go ahead and get just the different types, different amounts on a gift certificate. And you'll be given a code that your friend can use when they do sign up for the reading. And this way it's a nice little gift to give them if they want a psychic reading, or if they want to try to bring in a loved one or a guide, then that I'm delighted to be able to do that for them if they get a reading from me. Also, my Psychic VIP program has a couple more weeks to sign up. This is the enrollment period there. So you can do so for sign up for just different levels. If you want to be a bronze member, silver, gold plus, or even a platinum member, this way you can take advantage of some discounts for the psychic ability. Now, we'll be taking a caller here in just a moment, but today I'm going to talk a little bit about the seraphim angels, okay? And I want you to know about them because this is going to conclude our talking about the angel hierarchy today. And we'll be starting some other topics soon. But as we close out this year, we want to do so on a positive note and talk about those seraphim angels. Let's see. Look at my list here. Oh, I want to tell you some other good news. Miracles of Joy is going to be opening a second location soon. I'm sure shortly after the new year. They're going to be opening a location in Bedford, Texas. And so they'll have two in the North Texas area. They'll have one in Bedford and they'll have one in Louisville. So I hope to be making some appearances there in their Bedford location in the new year as well. So I'm looking forward to it. And I know they are too, because that Bedford is a growing community, and a community that I'm sure there's a lot of metaphysical people out there as well. So I know we have a caller now. Let's go into the chat here. Michelle. Michelle is from, I believe, is it Michigan? Maryland. Okay, Maryland. Okay. So Michelle, I hope you have big plans for the holiday. So is there anything going on in a relationship right now that you wanted to discuss?
Well, it's been a struggle, but we're trying to stick this out. We lost our son in June, our oldest son.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm so sorry to.
So as parents, and there's a lot of pain, so we're stuck in the grief, but we're trying to, after 29 years of marriage, we're trying to
deal
find
with
as much good as we can for the other two boys.
Yeah. Well, it's in, when you have the loss of a child, it's just horrific. But what happens is that the family has a challenge afterwards to come together and try to heal together. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and it's a shame. But
falling apart.
Pardon me?
Ours is falling apart. Immediate family members. It's
everyone's
the cruelest.
It seems to be a really rough time for everyone, especially now during the holidays, because this is a time when everyone gets together, and certainly the topic is going to come up about the loss of your son. Now, was there an accident here? Is that how he passed away?
Yeah, he was a truck driver.
Truck driver, okay. Seemed like this was I guess
2 miles from home.
Okay. It just it feels like this was low light. Was it early evening or late night, or it just seemed like there were some lighting issues? I don't know why.
You're exactly right. It was about 2:00 in the morning. There was only one witness, and they left. I don't know how much lighting there was.
Mm-hmm.
It was rainy.
Oh my! So it was low light, low visibility, because it just seemed like they just couldn't see. There's a part of it just couldn't see, and it just one of those things where it just unfortunately it just was an accident. I'm not seeing him impaired or anything like that, but
no. Did he fall asleep?
Do what?
Could he have fallen asleep?
Did he fall asleep? I'm not seeing him fall asleep. I'm seeing him just not maybe paying attention. Maybe that could be viewed as falling asleep. But it was just looks like it might have been even heavy rain here. and
there was a couple that, I'm sorry, there was a couple that was on the way home from the airport, and they said that he almost ran them off the road, but they never called 911 when they said that they did, and they left the scene.
yeah.
So my theory, when I first talked to them, was the first thing they said was, "Let me think thoroughly so I get this right when I tell you. But if you're telling the truth, you don't have to do that." My gut says they ran him off the road, or they were the ones that were driving in impaired at some point, and maybe he swerved. I don't know. That's my assumption. I don't think he fell asleep either.
Well, I'm not going to say that they were at fault because I can't. That
Yeah,
would be a
there's nothing
little
I
bit
can do about that now.
uh, but I do feel like he wasn't necessarily, and I don't want to put him at fault either. It just seems to me like he couldn't see. Did he have any problems with his eyes at all? Did
No,
he wear glasses?
no. He
No.
was
Okay.
he was tired. He was in a different truck than
Yeah.
he normally was. He was the company that he was working for. The owner was battling cancer, had surgery. He wasn't normally supposed to do this route. It was hauling milk from dairy farms. He wasn't supposed to do this route, but he took it on extra to help him while he was recovering. So he was working longer hours than what he should have.
Yeah. Well, then because what I'm seeing is I felt like he felt he was competent enough to do it. So he could have been very
Yes.
tired, but it just seems to me like maybe he was drowsy then, because it just seems to me like his vision was a little bit impaired. But it wasn't impaired because he was drunk or on drugs or anything like that. It may have been just impaired because he was tired and not paying attention. So I don't know. Did he drive off the road or something like that, or because it looks like
he
okay,
he went he went off the road towards he was in like almost
okay,
like a dip and came back up and then hit a telephone pole, and the telephone pole, I think it broke the steering because he immediately started to the opposite end of the highway,
mhm.
where there was a huge
Well,
tree and an embankment, and that's
yeah,
where we lost him.
it just seemed like he went off the road, and then now this is not that big of a truck, is that right, or was it a big truck?
Well, he was hauling milk, like it was a milk tank, but no, the truck itself was not.
Was not that big,
It
okay,
wasn't like a huge tractor trailer with the cab, like a big cab. It was a smaller.
If anything, may have been driving a little bit too fast. I would have liked to see him drive a little bit slower. And sometimes in the rain or in the fog, we drive faster. We don't know why. I don't know why that is, but it's just a phenomenon that he just. And like I say, he's passed away. I don't want to say anything that's going to make him look bad,
Yeah, no.
I just
And
feel like
his autopsy came.
was driving a little bit too fast, but he's okay right now, and he was trying. I just feel like he was a good man. I feel like he was a good person, and someone that always maybe had a smile on his face, and someone that always tried to do good. It's just that maybe he did overreach here, but because it just seems that not paying attention like he should have, and there's something else here. Okay, he was the only one in the truck.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, okay. I'd like to maybe have this picture one of these days and look at it to kind of glean a little bit more information because he's not telling me everything that I'd like to hear from him. But
Dylan,
he's okay.
Tell him, Dylan.
Did he leave a family?
6-year-old little boy and his little girl was due days after he passed.
Because he is very sorrowful about that, about leaving his family, leaving his children, and of course, their mother as well. But he just says that he hopes people will remember him favorably, and that he sorry that he hurt you and his dad. He says he hopes that the two of you can can forgive him, because but this was kind of a goof. I hate to use that term, but he just he couldn't see real well. I just see him kind of doing this, and it got a heavy foot for some reason, and maybe slipped. The truck slipped, and I'm not sure. Was the truck full of goods? Was it?
It was hauling a tank full of dairy milk.
Okay, because sometimes when you haul liquid or you haul, the weight of the truck, like I say, it just got out of control, and when that liquid shifts, you don't necessarily, or it's harder to keep control of a vehicle, that it just seemed like there's something about the weight. It wasn't balanced, or something that jostled.
Yeah, I think it flushes around and you would lose control. But was the truck able to handle that amount of weight in the trailer? Was it capable?
I don't know. I just feel like it might have been overweight. Okay. I don't know. That's why I'm just not ready to just say everything was his fault. But it was raining. He may have been tired. I see him rubbing his eyes. I just feel like he couldn't see as well as he normally could see. I would have liked for him to have pulled over, but he didn't. So this is kind of what I'm seeing here. So you know more about it than I do. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing clairvoyantly, and I'm trying to be as specific as I can be. But this is a good man, and it's just one of those things that it's horrible, horrible tragedy, and he just says he loves you and the family, and hopes that everyone can have a good Christmas, even though he's not going to be there. But thank you very much. And I just hope you and your husband are able to heal together, and that both of you will be good to one another during the holiday season. Okay.
Why did he want you to say that he was sorry? Just for not being here, for leaving?
He was sorry because he wasn't more careful. He's sorry because he's not here. But that's the reason why he says he's sorry. Okay. Because it just feels like he's just taking responsibility. That's all. So that's what I'm seeing for him, which is honorable on his part. Okay.
Yeah, he was an honest man. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you. You take care. So I want to just say a few words here about the before we go to Barbara in Albany, if she doesn't mind waiting just a moment. I want to just say a little bit about the seraphim angels. The seraphim angels are the top of the heap as far as angels are concerned. We've talked about these seraphim angels in the past on our program, but I want to just kind of finish off the angel hierarchy as we had discussed here on our program for many weeks now. We've done a lot of starting and stopping with different guests and everything. But the seraphim angels are angels which are unlike any other because they are huge. They're the largest angels of the angel hierarchy. Last week we talked a little bit about the cherubs, which can be very tiny and can change their size, of course. And there's lots of talk about cherub angels about having 4 heads, and sometimes they're depicted as being babies, and other times they're not. So those are the angels of knowledge and wisdom. But the seraphims are often seen as huge angels. So if you've ever felt like you had seen an angel around you and it was huge and maybe took up an entire room, it may have been a seraphim. Some people say that Archangel Michael is really a seraphim angel because he's such a powerful angel, and he's a super angel. Another thing that seraphim angels are known for is having 7 sets of wings. Okay, the cherubs have 5, and I believe the throne angels have 3, but the seraphim angels have 7 sets of wings, and they're known to be the closest to God. So these are angels that you might want to look up and read a little bit more about. Very, very holy angels. And one last thing before we go to Barbara, and that is that seraphim angels look like they have fire that comes from them, but it's not a heat, not necessarily the hot fire. Could be a cool fire, but it's definitely like flames coming off of them because it denotes their power. So it's interesting. So let's go to Barbara real quick in Albany, and we'll see if we can help her today. Barbara, are you there?
Hi, John. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. Okay. So Barbara, are you a mom?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you have little ones at home?
I do.
Okay. So do you have a question for me today?
Yep. My mother and my mother-in-law both passed within the past 5 months, and I was wondering if maybe they had a message or.
Well, Barbara, they both want me to tell you that you're the one in charge now. I guess in some ways you're becoming the matriarch of the family, because it just seems to me that both of these women may have been very wise individuals, people that you looked up to, people that you could confide in, and people that you might have felt safe with. Well, now they're saying that you're taking up that mantle. Okay, you're the one that others will come to feel safe, and they will look to you for your wisdom, and they say you're ready for it. Okay, they say that this may be a little bit before you wanted to have this kind of responsibility, but they said you're ready, because both of them I feel were a little bit tired, you know. So I don't feel like I feel like they passed away maybe young. They were not as old as you might think of someone who's getting ready to pass away. Were they in their 70s, 60s, 70s, or what?
That's correct. One was in her 70s, the other one was in her 60s.
70s, okay. So that's kind of young nowadays, especially since I'm getting close to those ages. So, but they are they're very good people, and they just think the world of you. They're proud of you. They're saying thank you for bringing them grandchildren. Okay, because they may have wanted to dote over your children, or they thought they were so wonderful, and so you really have brought a lot of joy into both of their lives, because not only for bringing the children into their lives, but also because you're a good person too. They just say that they trust you, and that they want you to know that they're going to be with you during the holidays, and they both want to send you their love. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you, John.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you. And
Merry Christmas, John. Thank you for the message.
Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Will do.
All right. Well, thank you. Okay. So this is our last program for before Christmas, and so I want to take an opportunity to once again wish all of you Merry Christmas. I want to thank you for tuning into the program. If this is your first time, we hope that you enjoyed our content. And if I can do a reading for you or something like that, you see how I do my work. I try not to ask too many questions. I try to just kind of get into it if I can. But it doesn't always come immediately, but usually it does. And it just is a matter of being able to interpret the energy that your voice print sends off. So I work with psychometry. I work with people's voices quite a bit. And that's one reason why I felt like doing a radio program would be something good for me to do again, because I had done it for several years on other networks, but I was delighted to join this one and be a part of this, the Psychic Radio Network. So there's lots of things going on around me. It's like I say, please sign up for my newsletters, like my Facebook page. it's always good to see my likes grow. And as I continue to try to expand my work beyond the North Texas area, I do have a route that I kind of run, or a circuit. It's mainly Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, and a little bit in Louisiana when they invite me to come. So I want to just kind of end the program, but while we have a couple more minutes, by telling you a little bit more about the psychic journeys that we're going to be doing. It's important to learn all you can about your own gifts. Psychic ability is about self-empowerment. So that's why I say learning to be a psychic is something very healthy to do, because it allows you to get in touch with your feelings. It allows you to get in touch with who you are, and it allows you to trust yourself. And the more that you practice, the more accurate that you'll get. But what my course is going to be able to do is give you some structure. It's going to give you some definitions. It's going to validate a lot of the things that you have wondered about. And it's going to give you some tools so that you can be an effective psychic. If you want to just do this for your own edification, or if you want to become a professional psychic, this is going to help you do that. Also, I say take as many courses as you like from other people, because I believe that everybody has something good to offer, but this course does as well. So I think that you would benefit from it if you decide to take it. So that's not until February. You're going to hear me talk a lot about it. But I want to once again thank my sponsor, Miracles of Joy. Be sure to go to their website, miraclesofjoy.net. Use promo code PS0223 and get a 25% discount. It's not too late to get something for Christmas. Go to my website and get that gift certificate, or buy my book, The Angel Kitten Who Saved Christmas. So that's it for me. Thanks a lot for joining me. So long until next week, and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.